Okay, in this example, we're going to once again use Green's theorem to evaluate the given line integral, where C is the boundary of the disk, x squared plus y squared less than or equal to 4, oriented in the counterclockwise direction. So the first thing to notice is that what kind of integral are we given? Well, you can see it's definitely over a closed curve because we have the symbol, the circle over the integral. So that's closed, which is good. That's what we need for Green's theorem. But notice also that we have something that looks like this, right? Some kind of function, dy, minus function, dx. When we have this form, we're dealing with a flux integral. Which is what we're trying to find really, right, is over this closed curve, we have a vector field, and we're actually dotting that vector field with the normal over the arc length. And from manipulating this formula a little bit, we get to this form. I've done that in class a couple of times. Happy to do it again if you have a question about it, but just a hint here is that our normal is the vector y prime of y prime of t, negative x prime of t. So you might be able to see how we get this minus and the dx and the dy. And here f, our vector field, is assumed to have components p and q. So first thing to notice is we have a closed curve. We're dealing with a flux integral. And we want to use Green's theorem to find the flux of the vector field over our curve, where the curve is the boundary of a disk. So great, so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and sketch our disk, and so we can talk a little bit about orientation and our region and just make more sense of Green's theorem. So let's see if I can draw a circle here. This app makes it hard for me. I have to change a few things because it draws it as a solid. I guess I'll just leave it as a solid. And we are saying this is oriented in the counterclockwise direction, which is a positive orientation for our curve, right? Imagine you're walking along the curve and you're holding your left arm out. That should point into the region. Here's our region R, and this has a radius of 2, since the equation is x squared plus y squared less than or equal to 4. Okay, so there's our region, and the Green's flux form says the following. If we have closed curve and we've got the flux form of a line integral, then this is going to be a double integral over our region of the divergence. So that's dp dx plus dq dy. That is the divergence or flux circulation and times dA. Okay, so now we're ready. Let's go ahead and find our divergence of our vector field, div f, and our vector field with components pq. I'm just going to go ahead and write that. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. I'm going to write the vector field again here so we can see it a little bit better. Our vector field p is 4x cubed plus sine of y squared, and q is 4y cubed plus cosine of x cubed. Notice I don't need to include the negative because that's part of the form of our flux integral. All right, so calculating our divergence, div f, which is the partial of p with respect to x plus the partial of q with respect to y. Partial of p with respect to x is going to be 12x squared. And to that, we're going to add the partial of q with respect to y, which is 12y squared. So our integrand over our region is, I'm going to factor out the 12. We have an x squared plus y squared dA. And you might notice, well, since our region is a circle oriented counterclockwise, then rather than using x and y, we can change to polar coordinates. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's use polar coordinates because that's going to help us in setting up our integral. So we know that r goes from, if we go r simple, r is going to go from 0 to the radius, which is 2. So this goes from 0 to 2, and we want to integrate over the entire circle from 0 to 2 pi. And we know that our area element will be r d theta for polar coordinates, and that represents the area of that polar rectangle. And so we're ready to set up our integral, all of it. So this integral is going to be equal to 12 integral from 0 to 2 pi. R is from 0 to 2. Well, x squared plus y squared, that's just r squared. So we're changing the integrand to be in polar coordinates. And our area element, r d theta. So it's actually not a very difficult integral to calculate. And it's a nice way to get our flux done. So this is r cubed, which integrates to r to the 4 over 4 from 0 to 2 d theta. And so that's going to be 12 integral from 0 to 2 pi. 2 to the 4th is 16. 16 over 4 is 4. Right? So that's 4 d theta. And so that's going to be 48 theta from 0 to 2 pi, or 48 times 2 pi, which is 96 pi. So this is the flux of the vector field through our curve.